Hello, everybody. My name is Kyle. This is Kyle's Trail Miles, where I talk about all things trail running, ultra running, and just running in general. And today I have got another shoe review for you. The last shoe review I did was the Saucony Exodus 3. And today I am doing the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4. Now, I know what you're thinking. I promised you that when I do a shoe review, at least a full in-depth shoe review, that it's going to be a shoe that I've put some kilometers on. Well, this is not the exact shoe that I'm doing the review on today. This is the shoe I'm doing the review on. Exact same shoe. I just bought a new pair. And this thing, man, I put this thing through its paces, as you can see. So I'm not going to show off this shoe on camera because nobody wants to look at this thing. I'm going to show you this one. But just so you know, I think as per Strava, I should have looked up the exact number, but it's got to be like 600 kilometers I put on this shoe. So I'll get into that in a minute. But Saucony Endorphin Speed 4. Here we go. Now, for anybody who is new to my shoe reviews, I don't do shoe reviews like a lot of YouTube. A lot of YouTube gets into stack heights and the specs of the shoe. You can watch other YouTube videos for that. I answer, originally it was 5 questions, but I knew that there was one question missing and I couldn't remember what it was, but I remembered what it was. So these are the 5 questions. Number 1, awareness. How often is your attention, is your mind drawn to the shoe or to your feet? Because as we all know, when you find that right shoe, you don't even think about it. Like you could go for a 4 or 5 hour run and you don't even one time even think about your feet or your shoe. Other shoes you wear, you're constantly being reminded about the shoe and for one reason or another, and that's no good. So awareness. First lace up. This one is not as important in training, but it is important. And it's like when you first tie up the shoe, how finicky is it? Like do you just tie it up, boom, you nail it on the first try every time? Or do you kind of have to, finagle with it a little bit to get it right? And not a big deal, but for a good daily trainer, you want to be able to just pop it on and go without having to, finicky with it. We all know. We've all had that shoe, right? Next, lugs and stability, pretty straightforward. Fourth one is how your feet feel after the run. A run designed for the shoe. I'm not going to take the Kinvara 14 and go on a 7 hour run and then rate how my feet feel, because obviously they're not going to feel good. But given what the shoe is designed for, how does your feet feel afterwards? Would I buy the shoe again? A, at full price. B, if it was on sale. I already answered that question. And then the last question that I forgot to do on the first pair of Sauconys is the reach factor. This one is a little bit intangible, but it's like most of us who run a reasonable amount, you've got a few shoes, you got a bit of a rotation, you got some selection. And we all know when it's sort of like, okay, I haven't worn this shoe in a while, because there is benefits to having a rotation of shoes, a little bit, different. Yeah, you're going to take out this shoe, but you really want to reach for that shoe. We've all got that sweet spot for that shoe. Like, I wish I was, like you want to reach for it is what I'm saying. So how badly, when you see this shoe in your little lineup of shoes, like how badly do you want to reach for that shoe? Maybe you can't even explain exactly why. So here we go. If you're thinking of buying the Saucony Endorphin Speed 4, like I say, I've put over 600 kilometers and let's get into it. Awareness. Easily 10 out of 10 on this baby. 10 out of 10 for me. When I slide my foot into this shoe, it feels so good. And it was double. Like when I bought this shoe, the reason I bought my second pair of this shoe, I won't get into the big long story, but I bought the Kinvara Pros, which are a plated shoe, because I was going to go with the Endorphin Pro, I think, which is a plated shoe, but I didn't love the Kinvara Pro, so was it the plate? I don't know. What should I do? I loved this shoe last year, and it just turned super cold here in Alberta, Canada, where I live, so the next few weeks I'm going to be mainly on the treadmill, and it's like I just need a shoe that I'm going to love to put on to run on the treadmill. And outside all year. So I bought the Kinvara Pros, wasn't super impressed with them, did a quick first glance review on those, go back and watch it. But what if I buy like the Endorphin Pro or whatever, and I feel the same way? Like I need a shoe for the next month and beyond that I know I love. So enter the Endorphin Speed 4. And when I put this baby on the other day, it's like coming home. It felt great. It just felt so good. So awareness, 10 out of 10. First lace up, I would give this a solid 9. Like it's not a 10. It's not, it's not a 10. The Triumph line is a 10 for me. Like the Triumph trainers, you can tie those things any way you want. They're perfect. These ones I find right in the sort of like upper foot here, they can get a little bit tight, or so sometimes I gotta just readjust a little bit. Not a big deal, but if it was a race, I would be cognizant of the fact that I should put them on a little bit early and just walk around a bit and make sure that I've got them dialed in before race day, or long run with friends, that sort of thing. So first lace up, 9 out of 10. Lugs and stability for what these are designed for. I mean, they're a road shoe. Like what more can you ask for? Stability is 10 out of 10. Lugs for what they're designed for is 10 out of 10. And I ran, well, this other pair, I ran a ton on trails. In fact, I would say a third or maybe even up to a half of the kilometers on the original pair were on trails, because I live about 2 kilometers from sort of trails. So anytime I run from the house, I always end up making it on trails at some point in the summer. And so, yeah, these are great. Like I run, unless it's super technical or like crazy. I was going to say crazy downhill, but I've even run in these in some crazy downhill parts. You just got to take it a little bit slower, but yeah, lug stability, amazing. I wouldn't run in these like in the mountains or in any sort of wetness or any technical terrain, but in just around here, Lethbridge, we got like just single track trails all through the valley. These are awesome. And yeah, running them all the time. So lugs and stability for what they're designed for, 10 out of 10. Foot feel, 10 out of 10. I mean, if I could go 15 out of 10, I would. My foot feels so good coming out of these. And actually, the reason I originally bought this original pair, I'll show you this one more time. The reason I bought this pair is last year I was in the Backyard Ultra here in Lethbridge. It was my second time going in it. And I was kind of thinking about what shoes I should wear. And yeah, it's on a trail. Like it's not on pavement. There's maybe like 10% of the loop on pavement. But it's not like it's just flat, gravelly, right? So you don't need a trail shoe. And I actually thought like maybe a trail shoe would actually over time not be the best choice. Like maybe I need a good soft cushion, shoe. So enter this. It's exactly what I bought. I wanted something deep stack. I knew I wanted Saucony, especially at the time. They fit my feet really well. So I went with kind of the highest stack Saucony I could find that didn't have a plate. And I rolled with it. And I ran 100 kilometers and my feet felt great after. Since then, I've logged lots of kilometers on these, and they're great. I mean, the one thing I will say about like a road shoe like this is it's not like when I did the review on my Saucony Exodus, I mean, those I put in 108 kilometer like trail run. So I was on my feet for, many hours. I mean, on a pair of shoes like this, I mean, I guess I was on them for 15 hours for the Backyard Ultra, but generally a pair of road shoes you're not going to wear for like 24 or kind of 30 hours kind of thing, but I would have no problem doing that in these. So 10 out of 10 foot feel. Would I buy again? Heck yes, I did buy again. Would I buy on sale or at regular price? Well, I bought these at regular price at my local running store. And so, yeah, I would definitely buy them again. And when the Speed 5 comes out, I don't know what their plans are for that. I haven't heard anything. I'll definitely buy that. When these go on sale, I will definitely probably pick up another couple of pairs of this. I have heard that the Endorphin Speed 3 was a really popular model, and some people really liked it over the 4. But I think some of that is whatever you get used to. Now that I'm used to this, maybe when the 5 comes out, I'll go run out and buy a whole bunch of these. Who knows? So anyways, buy again, 100%. I would buy again. Reach factor. Again, 10 out of 10. This is the shoe I want to reach for. Even above my Exodus. Like if I'm in a situation where I know the trails are the type where I could run in these or my Saucony Exodus. And if you watch the Saucony Exodus review, I mean, I love those shoes. But all things kind of considered equal, if it's just reasonable terrain, I would reach for these even over the Exodus. I just love them. And I knew when I went to buy them, my second pair, this was like just last week, I rolled into the running store. I asked if they had these. They did, and I didn't even try them on. I just bought them because I already had a pair. And as soon as I got home, I just slid them on, and I was just like, oh, these are my jam. So yeah, there you have it. Can't say enough bad. I can't say enough good things about this shoe. Now, again, I've mentioned in other review videos that Saucony just really fits my feet well. I find I have in like Hoka's, I get a little bit of like toe rub or kind of toe blisters, which is sort of weird. New Balance, I get really bad like big toe rubbing, which isn't good. The only other shoe for me that I have found in the past works really well is Brooks. Brooks shoes actually fit me really well, so I may start reviewing a few Brooks shoes. But yeah, this is my jam. Endorphin Speed 4, very versatile, lasts a long time. In fact, these shoes right here, I would still be wearing, which is probably embarrassing, except at the end of last summer, I went to a football pool party at a friend's house right before, end of August, getting ready for NFL season. And he lives 3-4 miles away. And so I was going to just run home after the football pool. And we were outside in his backyard, and he had a fire pit. And my feet were cold, so I put these shoes right up against right on the fire pit, and I burnt the whole toe box out. And so when you put your foot in there, like, there's just nothing right there. But I still wore these on 3 or 4 runs after that before I was finally like, okay, you know what? I gotta put these babies to bed, but I can't get rid of them. I don't know. These are, yeah. Anyways, so upgraded. There you go. So awareness 10 out of 10. First lace up 9 out of 10. Lugs and stability 10 out of 10. Foot feel 10 out of 10. Buy again or on sale 10 out of 10. Reach factor 10 out of 10. And for the record, I'm not just I love every shoe, because I reviewed the Kinvara Pros, which I just bought, and I wanted to love those so badly. And yeah, wasn't a good first glance. And I'll be doing other shoe reviews on Hoka's, on New Balance, on Solomon's, just the other shoes I've worn, and of varying ratings. But these ones, I was excited to do a shoe review on these because they are amazing. So next review will be the Mighty. I'm not going to do it on this video. I'm just giving you a little trailer. The Mighty, maybe you've heard of it. Salomon Advanced Skin 12. Everybody's heard of this pack. In fact, I think everybody has this pack. The last ultra marathon that I was in, I was not wearing this pack. I have a Nathan pack as well that I like. And there was like 3 or 4 people up ahead of us, and they all had this red Advanced Skin 12 pack on, this exact pack. And there was this guy kind of running with us. I didn't know who he was, and he just, look at this. Was there a sale on these packs or something? Like, it's just everyone has this pack, and I get it. It's a great pack, but there are a few minor things about it that made me also buy a Nathan, which I got a few things about that. So anyways, stay tuned for Advanced Skin 12 review in my own way of reviewing things. So thank you, everybody. Go get yourself a pair of Saucony, I can't remember the name, Saucony Endorphin Speed 4s. Let me know what you think.